Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Dirty here, bringing a new video. So today I'm going to be talking about the first time I ever got drunk. So I just got back from lunch with my buddy. It's his 21st birthday today. And I don't like beer. I don't like beer at all. I'm 22 years old and I don't drink that much. But I got a beer today at the restaurant we went to and it was okay. It was okay. But I was drinking it thinking, you know what? Thinking about the first time I ever got drunk, actually drunk. And it's kind of an interesting story. So the day actually started off. It was homecoming. I wasn't going. All my friends were going. They had like a party bus, all that stuff. This was my senior year. So I was 17, about to be 18. Senior year actually had just started. And all my friends were going to homecoming and they were going to go to a party afterwards. And I didn't have a date. I actually had just broken up with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and so I didn't have a date, and I was kind of like in the mood, you know what, I don't want to go. I hate life. I was in a bad place at the time, but it was about 8 o'clock at night, and I got a text from my buddy who didn't go to homecoming either, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to hang out?" I'm like, "You know what? Sure." My night wasn't going so well, so I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. And so I went to my friend Cody's house, who lived in a duplex, and so he had a neighbor, and it turns out his neighbor was actually where all my friends were going to be going to, party after homecoming. So me and my friend went next door, and, we started this whole drinking. And I never had drank before. I had never really been tipsy. I had sipped beers, sipped on, alcohols, but really I had never drank more than a couple drinks. And so I didn't know what to expect. I was ready because I was in the mood, screw everything. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to have a good time with my friends. And so I was at my friend's house. He brought over, I don't know what he had. He gave me a Four Loko. So I started off with a Four Loko. All my friends got to their house, so we went over there, and everyone just hyped from homecoming and having a good time. It wasn't a huge party. There was probably 9, 10 people there, some of my really close friends. And so the day just started out. It started drinking, and since I didn't have anything and my buddy had given me a Four Loko, I started off with Four Loko. And this was the time Four Lokos had just gotten banned for caffeine. They had just changed it up. Four Lokos used to have caffeine in them, and it's like an antidepressant with caffeine, mixed together. People still do it. It's just that they don't do it anymore where they actually come mixed. People do Red Bull, vodka all the time, that kind of stuff. It's just alcohol, just beer. And I don't even remember how it tasted. It was okay. Four Lokos are really fruity drinks, so they really weren't that bad. So Four Lokos are big. It's probably equivalent to 2 beers. So I drank a Four Loko. I'm having a good time. I'm starting to feel good. I'm feeling buzzed. And all my friends, we're in high school, everyone's pretty crazy. We're just drinking and, no one really cares. So we're drinking a lot of stuff. And I started taking shots of, I had Hennessy, I had Malibu, I had, the worst decision that I had was after all this hard alcohol. Not only hard alcohol, but before I had a Four Loko to alcohol, and then I was drinking Mike's Hard Lemonades. I don't know why. I thought they were good. I probably had a couple of those. I don't remember much of this night, to be honest. I really don't. The key parts I remember is I remember that 2 of my friends started getting a fight because one of the friends thought he had the other friend's phone, but it was his phone, and so they were fighting for no reason. There was actually no fist thrown. They were good friends, but since they were drunk, it was quite a shit show by the end of the night, let me tell you that. So, the few points that I remember, right? I remember the first time I got the spins. I had taken a shot of Malibu rum, and all of a sudden, I'm just oh, shit. I was messed up at this time. I was messed up. The night was going so fast because everyone was drinking and talking. We're in a room. There wasn't much where we could do besides sit and talk. And I just remember getting the spins. I was standing up. And I just remember looking at my feet and I was just this, I don't know what's going on right now. I'm getting the spins. I had never been drunk, but I was I love the feeling. But then I started getting the spins and I was just this is not good. So I got the spins. I remember after that I kind of sat down, was talking to some people, and then all of a sudden it hit me. And I was nope, this is not gonna go well. Go outside, puke. Just puke all over the bushes. Just projectile everywhere. There's like puke on the bushes. I look over, my friend's puking right next to me. I'm like, what's up, bro? And it was so bad. There was the bushes. I don't know if the bushes either got more nutrition or just started dying because everyone was puking in the bushes. Like every 5 minutes there was somebody going outside puking. I puked so much. I'm glad that I was super drunk to the point where like I didn't really care about puking or like it didn't feel that bad, but I was just puking. I'd go inside, go back outside, like 10 minutes later start puking. Like it was bad. Like if you ever drink for the first time, if you haven't ever drank before, the first time you drink, just try and control it like slowly. Like I drank so much so fast that I couldn't feel it. Like there's times if you drink for the first time, you could take a shot and not feel it. There's times where you could take your first shot and you're just like, oh my god, just because you don't know how your body's gonna react. So if you haven't drank ever, just, you know, you don't have to. I didn't drink until I was almost 18, which, you know, it's not a good thing nor a bad thing. There's some times where the situation comes, like just make sure that you have friends there that can take care of you, friends that, you know, won't just like leave you on the side of the road. We were pretty messed up and, you know, we wanted to like go to the baseball field that was really close and like hit baseballs. We didn't do it, but we just wanted to do stuff, and we had people there who were like, no, you shouldn't do that because you are really messed up and that's just something that you shouldn't do. You know, we were just hanging out talking for a while, and finally just like hours passed, it was just talking and talking and talking, and then it was time for bed. You know, I was still going outside and puking every once in a while. I pretty much cut off my drinking because you know, I didn't want to keep puking. The thing is as well, I wasn't drinking water because I'd never been drunk. I never knew that like water is what will pretty much save you most of the time, and so I hadn't been drinking water. Finally my friend like took me into his room, and there was bunk beds, and like I was just like I didn't pass out, but I laid down and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be laying down. Somebody came in and checked on me. There was actually somebody in the bunk above me, and we were both pretty just like messed up, and just people just come in and check, make sure everything's all right, bring us water. And I actually woke up the next morning and I couldn't tell if I was still drunk or not. And actually I woke up to my dad calling me. I woke up to my dad and my sister calling me. My dad called me. I didn't answer. My sister texted me and was like, hey, I need to go to soccer game and nobody can take me. Can you take me? And I honestly felt so bad. I felt so bad because I was pretty sure I was still drunk and I wasn't going to be able to take her to her soccer game and nobody else could. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I don't even know. I came up with some excuse because I felt so bad for drinking. Like, I couldn't have just been like, no, I drank last night. I can't take you. Like, if like I would have told my dad, he probably would have been upset. I don't know. My dad doesn't get upset. He just gets disappointed, which is really crappy. I remember told my sister a couple years later that's why I couldn't take her. I think I told my dad. I'm not sure. But like I felt so bad in the morning because I could not take my sister and she was going to miss her soccer game. And I was just like, why? And I had the car that my family shared, so my older sister couldn't take her as well because I had the car. And it was just like, oh man. Like a couple hours later, you know, I finally like woken back up, drank some water, felt alright. But I was still so hungover. Like hangovers are the worst thing ever. There's so many people. You'll see so many people that are like, I'm never drinking again because the hangovers are so bad. That was my first time ever really drinking. First time ever drinking. First time ever getting drunk. It was quite a night. I don't even think the next time that I drank was until like senior year was over or something like that because it had just like, it scarred me. I was like, I don't want to drink again. I don't want to puke. But this time, you know, these days, it's like, you know your limits, you know when you're going to get effed up, you know when you're just going to get a buzz, you know when you're going to just, like, have a really good time or something like that. Like, you can tell after, you know, you've had so much to drink, like, you learn your limits and stuff. You learn, like, if you drink on an empty stomach, you get messed up way quicker, you know, just things like that. But that was my first ever drinking experience, and I'm happy with it. Like, it taught me that if I drink too much, you know, and if I mix drinks, like alcohol and beer and stuff, that I'll just get messed up. And ever since that, like, it's like, I know what I'm looking for, and I can control my body, keep on a good pace for having a good night without getting too messed up. But that was my drinking story. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's something that I've wanted to, you know, tell you guys about a while ago, but I forgot about this story. And then I reminded myself, you know, a couple hours ago when I was drinking with a buddy for his 21st birthday. By the way, happy birthday, Austin. If you're watching this, you probably aren't because you don't really watch my YouTube videos, but happy birthday, man. I hope you have a good time in Vegas. He's going to Vegas for his 21st in a couple days, which is going to be really crazy. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this story. You know, I've been doing a lot of Call of Duty videos, like highlights recently, where I haven't been able to like tell stories or anything. You know, it's just been all Call of Duty clips. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little story from my life. Leave a like on the video. That would be awesome. Remember to stay positive, guys. I will catch you guys later. This is Dirty. I'm out.